When I woke to find my ranch gate welded shut at 3 a.m. by the Crestwood HOA president, it wasn't just my access to the property that was blockhead, it was my trust in people. What they didn't know was that I, Nathan Cole, am a civil engineer with a knack for easements and property law. Oh, and I just inherited enough cash to buy the old logging road they've been using illegally for their shiny landscaping trucks. If they thought they could bully me, they were about to learn a hard lesson. Let me paint the picture. I'm Nathan, a Seattle-based engineer until 6 months ago when my grandfather passed, leaving me his 35-acre ranch bordering Crestwood Estates, a ritzy neighborhood that popped up 15 years back. My grandfather, a man who valued good neighbors over gold, had let the developers use a sliver of his land for their initial construction. But when I found my gate sealed with a metal plate and a pompous violation notice flapping in the breeze, I knew this wasn't about neighborly vibes. The notice, printed on fancy cardstock with Crestwood's logo, claimed my land was now under their HOA due to a supposed county rezoning. I laughed. There was no rezoning. They'd picked the wrong guy. I called the number on the notice. A syrupy voice answered, Crestwood Estates Management. How may I assist? I cut to the chase. This is Nathan Cole, owner of the ranch next door. Someone vandalized my gate and left a fake notice. I want answers. After an endless hold, a new voice came on, smooth but sharp, like a blade wrapped in silk. This is Vanessa Hart, Crestwood HOA president. You seem confused, Mr. Cole. I wasn't confused. My property isn't part of your HOA, Ms. Hart. You've committed trespassing and vandalism. Fix my gate in an hour, or I'm calling the sheriff. Her laugh was ice cold. The county approved a rezoning last month, incorporating your land into our zone. Your fence violates our standards. I demanded proof and hung up, grabbing bolt cutters from my truck. It took an hour to free the gate, sweat dripping despite the chill. A white SUV watched from Crestwood's entrance, peeling away when I got the gate open. Later, as I showed contractors around, I met my first ally, Martha Reed, a sharp-eyed retiree with a no-nonsense bun. You must be Henry's grandson, she said, shaking my hand. I'm Martha, your grandfather's friend. I saw what Vanessa's crew did to your gate. She'd been tracking the HOA's dirty tricks for years, recording meetings and documenting their overreach. Vanessa, she said, had gone from board member to tyrant, pushing for a second entrance through my land to ease traffic and eyeing my hilltop for its springs and views. That night, my security cameras caught Vanessa and 2 others welding my gate at 3 a.m. The next morning, a new notice slapped me with a $2,500 fine for destroying community property. I tore it down and called my cousin, Ethan, a county land assessor. No rezoning on record, he confirmed. They're bluffing, but Vanessa's got pals in the commissioner's office. Watch your back. Walking my property, I noticed fresh tire tracks on an old logging road used by Crestwood's landscaping crews without permission. Digging through my grandfather's files, I found surveys, deeds, and a folder labeled Crestwood Encroachment, packed with photos and notes about their unauthorized road use. Another folder, Final Stand, held a bombshell, a signed agreement excluding our land from Crestwood's HOA, plus details on the logging road. It wasn't even on my property, but on a 5-acre parcel owned by Timber West, a defunct logging company. My phone pinged with an email from Crestwood fake rezoning papers with forged signatures. Then Martha called. A $75,000 landscaping delivery was set to roll through that road tomorrow. I smiled. Grandpa hadn't just left me land, it left me leverage. I called Lauren Brooks, a property dispute attorney I'd worked with in Seattle. They've screwed up big time, she said. Fake documents, vandalism, trespassing, this is a slam dunk. While she drafted a cease and desist, I learned Crestwood's landscaping was tied to Vanessa's sister's company, and the architectural review board was run by her old college buddy. My cousin uncovered that Commissioner Owen Blake, Vanessa's golf partner, was stalling my vandalism complaint. Martha's recordings revealed Vanessa's plans to acquire my land for Phase 3 expansion. Each morning brought new finds. My grandfather's tractor was unsightly. My gate cutting vandalized community enhancements. Fines hit $4,000. Then I struck. Timber West was selling the logging road parcel for $800,000. I wired the money, signed a purchase agreement, and by dawn, I'd installed a gate, no trespass signs, and cameras. A QR code linked to a payment portal, $750 per vehicle. At 10:30 a.m., Vanessa's landscaping convoy 5 trucks and equipment trailers hit my gate. Her SUV window rolled down, her face livid. What is this nonsense? I held up my documents. This is private property, Ms. Hart. I own this road. Pay the toll or turn around. She scoffed. We've used this road for years. Without permission, I shot back. That's trespassing. For $1,500 for today's access. She called the sheriff, but Deputy Harris, after reviewing my papers, sided with me. He owns it, ma'am. Pay or find another route. With no other path for her trucks, Vanessa paid, snarling, this isn't over. That night, Martha reported an emergency HOA meeting. Vanessa was raging, calling me the coal problem. I upgraded my gate to an automated toll booth with HD cameras and floodlights. Crestwood's bulletin slandered me as a hostile landowner, and my contractors canceled, citing safety concerns. I caught a Crestwood truck trying to bypass the gate, invoicing them $750 with video proof. Vanessa showed up with a lawyer, claiming easement rights. I shut her down. My grandfather documented his objections. No easement exists. That night, cameras caught 3 figures, Vanessa's sister-in-law, and 2 others with bolt cutters at my booth. I filed a police report, hinting at Commissioner Blake's ties to Vanessa. The landscaping company bailed, and Vanessa hired her sister's firm at double the cost, passing the bill to residents. The breaking point came at Crestwood's packed HOA meeting. Vanessa tried to spin me as a threat, but Thomas Grant, a retired judge, and Martha exposed her lies. Residents, wearing shirts with my toll booth logo, demanded answers. Vanessa snapped, admitting she'd targeted my grandfather and me to seize our land. The crowd turned, voting her out and naming Thomas interim president. Hours later, my gate was destroyed. Cameras caught Vanessa directing the vandalism. I sent the footage to the sheriff, Lauren, and a news outlet. By noon, news vans swarmed. By evening, Vanessa and her crew were arrested, their homes searched, revealing fraud, fake reports, and developer deals. The fallout was swift. Vanessa's water quality scam triggered an environmental probe, exposing chemical dumping near Crestwood's water supply. Commissioner Blake was investigated for taking kickbacks. I donated $60,000 in toll fees to help residents hurt by Vanessa's schemes. At their plea hearing, Vanessa's flat apology admitted her crimes. She glared at me. Hope you're satisfied. I wasn't. This was about right and wrong, I said. Rules apply to everyone. Months later, Crestwood's new board, led by Thomas, set clear boundaries. I rebuilt my gate, leaving it open by day, and granted a limited easement. Using my inheritance, I bought 20 acres nearby, placing it under conservation to block development. At a ranch barbecue, residents toasted to good neighbors. Martha, watching the sunset, said, your grandfather would be proud not just for fighting, but for healing. The toll booth? It's a flower planter now. A reminder that the best revenge isn't settling scores, it's building something better.